Hey, how's it going? I'm just creating a vlog to talk about, what goes on in day-to-day life for me, what I do. I wanted to find a way to journal, and I figured daily vlogging, the general stuff that goes on in my life is effective at that rather than writing everything down each day. For today, December 15th, 2024, I woke up, I went to church, and then I went to yoga, and then I relaxed most of the day, and I watched some of the Fallout show on Amazon Prime. Since that's most of what I did today, and there's not really much to it, my thoughts are that I'll talk about a subject that's been hard on me personally, and that is the passing of my cat of 15 years. I've always struggled with loss and mourning and grieving, and I've been getting a lot better at it. That's just something that I don't know if I'm like sentimental, super sentimental of a person deep down, or how my emotions are wired. I've reflected on that a lot, trying to understand kind of where those ties come from, how they affect how I think, and all that. So I've been dealing with that. He passed away on November 29th, I believe it was, on Black Friday. We had to put him down. He had cancer spreading in his face and he couldn't use his tongue anymore. So he couldn't eat or drink and he was losing weight. Uh, so it was just the right thing, unfortunately, Not everything is a happy ending. He was, I think, a little over 15 or 16, so he lived a pretty long and good life. Um, but that's just been something I've been trying to figure out is how to deal with that, how to deal with loss better. It's never been something that I've been good at. And for whatever reason, um maybe I'm a little superstitious, but uh every November just about I typically lose someone, something in my life. So I've had my grandpa pass away from cancer in November, like 5 years ago. My cat passed away this year due to cancer. A couple years ago, one of my friends took his own life in November. So, generally speaking, it's always kind of like a tough month. But with that, I just want to explore this idea of mourning, and I'm using these vlogs as a way for me to help it. I'm just trying new stuff, so it's kind of like journaling for me, but I can just talk freely about it, mostly unedited, just to get thoughts out there. I don't really want to pay for therapy. I have friends I can talk to. I understand they're specialists. I went to therapy for a few years, but I just want to try alternative methods. Nothing wrong with that. Just I have respect for, therapists, psychologists. It's a fascinating field, and they do hear and take care of, and typically do very good at their jobs. But I'm just exploring how vlogging and talking everything out goes. So, yeah. So in general, it's been tough and I have my down days. So, been trying to figure that out. I don't really know. I think I'm getting better at morning, but it's really hard. And my plan is for my first tattoo is going to be his paw prints. I think that might be impulsive personally. But I've always wanted to get a tattoo. It's kind of a hard mental barrier to break where it's like the first time I'm like tainting my body. But one thing I think is really cool about tattoos is I'll look back at them in, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, and it's a reminder of where you were and how your mindset was, in my opinion. Um, so I think that would be cool. But yep, that's it with regards to mourning. I honestly kind of feel a lot better just verbalizing everything, vocalizing it all. Because I've just been keeping it bottled up. Not the greatest thing to do. I've just been looking for a healthy outlet, and this is what that is going to try to be. Um, and like I said, my goal for this is to just generally talk about how my day is going and like what I do. Nothing terribly detailed. If something's like really hanging on me, then talk about it. Or if I see something, then kind of discuss it, give my opinions. And one of the beautiful things about opinions is how I see them is that, ideas and opinions are susceptible to change. In college they always said the best way to defeat an idea is with evidence, like making a convincing argument. And if you're open-minded, which I feel like I am, I have a brain, I can do that critical thinking typically, right? Typically. But yeah, just being able to understand like the whole picture, how other people's opinions are formed. As much as I like to joke around and be like, just like, I don't know, act like a hardcore, you know, like conservative or liberal or boomer or whatever, just like joking around. At the end of the day, I think it's very important to understand other people's viewpoints, and that will either, strengthen your position and your foundation, or it might change it, and there's nothing wrong with change. So, what I'm just trying to say is that my opinion may change over time. Um, so, I see it all the time on social media and stuff. People hold other people accountable for something they said like 10 years ago when like 10 years ago I was in, I don't know, high school, like early high school, mid high school. I was a dummy back then, right? So, it should be interesting. Just wanted to make a disclaimer that opinions change over time, and I'll try to speak my opinion as best as I can. This is also an activity for me to work on my communication skills personally. So I think that would be really cool to see how that develops. And I will try not to um, give too many details about like my personal life, just like some things to get my feet wet and like how people how people understand and like know me if anybody ever watches my videos. Um, so this is like I said, this is something I've been wanting to try out for a while, and with the passing of my cat, right, a very important figure in my life, because he was like everything to me. But basically that kind of just helped me get pushed over the edge to start doing stuff that I wanted to do. So recently, in the last like month or two, I've adopted a saying that you know you should do things, you should do it for those who can't. So there's always somebody who wants to do something and they don't, and I don't want to be that person who has that free time, has that ability, because I know I have a lot of talent, I have a lot of skill, I'm educated for the most part, right? But and that's something I don't want to waste. I don't want to I want to take advantage of it, and I just want to, if I could talk to people, that'd be great. I've always wanted to help people, so maybe if they see what I talk about, maybe they'll relate to it, and maybe it could help them break down how they're feeling, how they're understanding something, or maybe it's just another opinion to listen to, which is super cool. Um, But most of this is just gonna be for me, just posting it, and if people stumble across it, that's great. If they don't, that's okay too. Um, so with that being said, I think this is like a good intro to like what I did today, how I'm how I'm feeling, right? So I was a little bit down and with the passing of my cat recently, and also just I spent a lot of time today on social media, which is just it's just poison. current opinion right now is that, Reels, TikToks, all that junk, Facebook Shorts, I'm guilty of it. A lot of people are guilty of it, but at the end of the day, they're what I've noticed and how I changed is that my attention span is getting shorter. I'm struggling to focus longer, and it's just poison for my time. I do learn some cool stuff on there, but most of the time I go on there to look at animals, right? I like to see cats or random African animals and all sorts of stuff. Just cool, but anyways, yep, I just wanted to get an intro video out there. I'm using a new software too I've never used before, so I think it will be pretty cool to check it out, but this is my pilot video and I'm hoping to do a vlog every day. I might not upload it every day, but I'm going to hop on my computer and just talk 5-10 minutes about how my day's going, what my plans are, um, and all that. Anyways, these clips are just gonna be stitched together, videos of me just talking, sit here, record a little bit, and then end, and then regather my thoughts, and just keep doing that. I'm gonna try to keep it pretty raw. I think there's a sense of just like being genuine when it's raw, which is something I like. So, anyways, thanks for listening if you listened. Most importantly, I'm grateful to myself that I was, able to sit down and do this. So, till tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take it easy and peace.